We were created to build. Made in God's image, we are designers, creators, makers, and builders. We build businesses, create art. We make skyscrapers that stretch to the sky. Yet none of these achievements are truly great unless we create for people. A building is just brick and stone unless it serves a useful purpose for humanity. There is a spiritual thirst within every person, a deep longing to connect with God. More than ever before, our region is thirsty and seeking. In wave after wave, we are seeing God do incredible things. Each week at C4, lives are being changed. New people are connecting who have never come to church in the past. And people are encountering Jesus in ways that can only be explained by the Holy Spirit. People are being drawn to our church. The building is bursting with new life, and people are being transformed by the love of Jesus. We are seeing people become fully devoted followers of Christ. It's unmistakable that God is growing our church faster than we ever imagined, and believe more are coming from across this region to gather with us in Jesus' name. In response to all that God is doing, in alignment with the plan, we need to build to accommodate new people coming and the many more yet to join us. Now is the time for us to act. Now is the time for us to respond. Now is the time.
I've been coming to C4 for almost 6 years now. I came from the United States in a town called Reno, Nevada, which a lot of people know, but it's not Las Vegas. About 7.5 years ago, our company was bought out by a company here in Toronto. So at that time, we had been going to a church for about 19 years. And so we started looking around for a church because it was very important for us to get connected. So we were praying about it, and my wife, who worked at the church that we went to in the youth ministry, she was coordinating a concert with 3 bands, and one of the members of the band happened to be from Toronto, and they happened to go to C4. And so they ended up connecting us with their parents, so that set off a chain of events where we got hooked up with some people at C4, and that started my journey from Reno, where we lived, to Toronto. Soon after we started attending C4, we started hearing about the vision of 10,000. And first I was skeptical, but over time, as I saw that the words and the actions of the church leadership really supported that vision, and especially the last 2 years, as I've seen actual growth, I've seen a change in the atmosphere at C4. I became more and more excited, more engaged. I saw that the vision of 10,000 was just not something that was out there, that was becoming more and more real every day. One of the signs of the changes at C4 that really amazes me is we've grown 25% in the last 18 months. 14% last year and 11% so far this year. Since September, we've had over 650 new people visit the Welcome Center. I believed in the vision so much that I agreed to become campaign chairperson. One of the main reasons that I accepted was I wanted a front row seat to see all of God's miracles that He will perform during this process as we move forward toward meeting the vision of the 10,000.
In May 2014, we launched the plan. We had had a lot of prayer and a lot of conversations with God and others. And out of sort of that dream and what God is doing among us, we decided we needed a plan to actually start putting into place what God is asking us to do.
And significant to that is the campaign. And the campaign is really all about some of the physical changes that we need to make in order to facilitate growth and in order to see more and more people able to come to C4 and to be a part of life at C4 and find Jesus at C4. You know, I've used this analogy a number of times with people. It's like a family who have, 3 or 4 really small kids, and they move into this custom-made house. It's gorgeous, it's a beautiful house. And for years and years, this house serves them really well. But these little kids have grown up, and now these teenagers and 20-somethings are running around the house. But not just them, all of their friends are coming over, and there's like parties happening all the time at the house. And the house is still a great house, but it just doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't fit all of these extra people that are coming. And that's really how I kind of view what's happened here at C4. We have this great facility, but it just kind of doesn't work for us anymore because there's more and more people, coming to the church. So we just need to retrofit the place. And so here's some of the things that we're planning to do actually to accommodate more and more people that are coming to the church. There's more and more children coming to C4.
And we asked the question, with 3,000 to 4,000 people attending on a Sunday, where are we going to put all those kids? And we realized that as we looked at our space from a safety standpoint, and not just that, from a growth, an excitement standpoint, a teaching standpoint, we really didn't have the right facility.
And so, we're going to take what is currently the gym and we're going to cut it horizontally in half. We're going to make it 2 stories. And the whole downstairs and that whole area, next to that will become sort of a dedicated space for children. It's going to be a place that will offer us greater security, easier check-in, a more sort of vibrant space that is really welcoming and really dedicated to children. And so kids and their families are going to love coming into that space.
Think about it this way, if God starts meeting kids, they're going to bring their families. And if mom and dad come, then the grandparents are going to come. So we've realized one of the most strategic things we can do is reach kids. And by reaching kids, reaching family, reaching grandma and grandpa. And we need an amazing, flexible, really thought out space to do that. So that's big.
The upstairs, we're going to make that into kind of a new worship venue area. And certainly on Sunday mornings, our preteen ministry is going to use that. But that'll be a fabulous space that other groups of about 300 to 400 can use with this brand new worship space. And then, we need lots more storage, and we need some meeting space, and we need prep space for worship teams and for set design and all of that. And so we're going to take, behind what's the current stage now and that whole area back there, and we're going to turn it into a great space that is really multifunctional, that a lot of different groups can use and a lot of different people can use, for kind of specialized ministry. And then we're going to make a bunch of changes to the office spaces.
Some of you have been asking, John, why are you spending all this money on new offices? Well, it's a great question, and let me give you the answer. So we're going to be a church of 4,000, right? And then later a church of 10,000. And so right now we're just under 2,000 people. So we're going to have a lot more staff to continue to do what we're doing. And where are we going to put them?
We don't even have enough room right now for the staff that we do have. Like, people are housed in all kinds of really strange places.
So we've got staff all over the place. We've got them in side rooms. We were making a joke, we're going to start building lofts in our offices above other offices just to fit our staff. So the goal is, at the beginning of this, to actually provide enough office space for the new staff that are going to be joining us.
And by the time we're at the end of the plan, we're going to probably be double the staff that we are right now. And so we just need places. But it's not just office space, like we need meeting space too, like for board meetings and for group meetings and for team meetings. We need a place that we can have people meet adequately, and an environment where they can, they can plan and hang out together and dream about what, we're going to do here. And then, connection is so important here at C4. We're becoming more and more friendly as a church. I see it, month after month. People connecting out in what is our existing lobby, but it's small, and we're going to try and just better utilize the space. But one of the things that I keep hearing over and over again is that if you really want to connect, you have to have really great coffee and treats like that. So we're going to have a Connections Cafe. And that's going to be a place where we can serve some hot and some cold drinks that are done really well, that people will want to hang out there. But it's also a place where, not just on weekends, but during the week, some connect groups could meet there, some meetings could happen there. And we've got this very functional, but really a really cool space to hang out in.
Everything we're doing is connected back to the plan. Everything we're doing is to help facilitate thousands of people. We're going north. Our first offsite venue is about to take place. We're really excited about it. And so this capital campaign is the seed money to actually start it up.
Like, there's a ton of equipment that needs to be purchased. We're going to be going into a rented facility, and week by week we're going to have to set up and tear down you know, the church essentially for adults and for students and for kids. And we need equipment and signs and all kinds of things to make that happen. So the campaign will actually fund the launch of that as well. So what I'm really saying is that we've heard from people have given their input, and what we're proposing as part of the plan and the campaign is really what people have asked for to do ministry here at C4.
So pretty much back in the fall, Mackenzie was one Sunday just noticing and commenting on how full it was at the back of the church with the Fusion kids. And so we just started talking about how many kids have been coming and how the church wants to build more space, to make more room. And she was really, really excited about that. So Mackenzie gets an allowance every month, and we always do where she'll give 10% and put it aside to give to God. And she likes to spend the rest very quickly. First thing she always wants to do is go to the dollar store. So she had been saving up to go on a shopping trip, but instead this time I went into her room and she said, "Mommy, I moved all of the money from my savings into my God slot." And I said, "Oh, okay." We had the conversation and kind of left it. But then the next morning was Sunday, and she came to me and had put all of the money into her wallet and said, "Mommy, I want to give all of my money to God." So I asked her, "Well, why do you want to do that?"
Because the room for the Fusion kids, well, it's small, and there's so many people in Fusion that they need more room.
And I looked at her and went, "Okay, that's amazing." She doesn't really see how it's such a big deal. I think she's a little bit surprised at how all these adults seem to be making such a big deal out of it. To her, she just saw, we need this and we need people to give money to do it, so I'm going to give money.
I think you guys should give money. So we can get the room for the Fusion kids even faster. Because maybe more kids could come.
She really understands, not just for her own age group, but also for ones older than her, that if we make more room, more people can hear about Jesus.
The reason I think we're going to succeed is this is not only God's vision, but I'm seeing the changes at C4 itself. We're seeing more and more people come. I'm seeing the change in atmosphere. I'm seeing people get connected to God and to others, and that's what really excites me. I know you may have a lot of questions or comments or concerns. So as the chairperson of the campaign, I'd love to answer them for you, so please come and see me.
So I'm so excited about this campaign, and I'm excited about what's happening at C4. But really, at the end of the day, you know, why is this so important? Like, why am I passionate about this, and why would I invite you to participate and to be passionate about this? Because it's really about people at the end of the day. Like, we're talking about bricks and mortar, and we're talking about money, but people are what really matter. People are what matter to Jesus, and people are what matter to us here at C4. And if doing this, if making these changes can help more and more people, you know, come in through these doors, feel welcome and warm and part, you know, of this church and part of our family. And if in the process of that they grow closer to Jesus, or some of them actually meet Jesus for the first time, then I think it's all worth it. I think it's worth our investment. I think it's worth our energy. And so I want to invite you, you know, to think about people as we think about this campaign and what a difference, you know, Jesus can make in people's lives as we do this together.